It's 22 match day 22 for Manchester City and match day 21.
Match day 23 for
Manchester City and match day 22 for Arsenal. So that means we are still having 16 games
to go.
16 games and 17 games to go. So we can't say it's the end. But if Arsenal continue to win, they will definitely they can win the Premier League.
You know, Arsenal has, as at now, after this game, Arsenal will have 16 games to go, and Man City will have 15.
Yeah.
Do you think this will be another Man City season?
Well, I don't think Man City have the spirit of the real Man City we used to know to win the Premier League. This Man City is not the same thing as the Man City we used to know. Yeah. Because the Man City we used to know, by now they would have scored 2-3 goals. And we watching it, we will feel the power of attack. We will feel the beautiful football they used to play. But it's not. We are not seeing it these days.
And that takes me to this: that what do you think is the cause?
Well,
what do you think is the cause?
To me, what the cause, I can't really figure out the cause. But what I think is that because it's still the same players, still the same manager, you know. But if you ask me, the only thing I can tell you is that a lot of teams have studied Manchester City, and they have known their tactics of play, and they look for solution to block them. Like we normally say, they block all supplies. You know, they normally now form up a way of attacking, defending, and it becomes so difficult for Manchester City to flow like they used to flow.
But if you look at it very well, looking at how this has panned out, you know, Man City lost some players during the summer transfer window. Do you think they even lost Cancelo too, January transfer window? Do you think that will play a big role? Do you think that has played a big role in the intensity of their game dropping?
Well, if you talk about the players they lost, you know, Manchester City have a depth of players. You understand? They have multiple choice. And those days that they used to play, they used to win. They have choices to make because they have depth. They have players that they have up to 3 teams in their squad. So from few players to leave, I don't think it can cost anything for Manchester City.
But you know, you talked about squad depth. In a league competition, you need squad depth. And when you start selling some players that have been part of your glory days, don't you think it will have an effect?
Definitely it will have an effect. Definitely it will have an effect, but it's not in all teams. But one of those teams that I know that somebody was sold and it was Liverpool. The selling of Sadio Mane, that one is very clear to me. I'm very sure that is one of the reasons why Liverpool dropped. They really dropped form. Because I don't know the spirit he used to bring to the squad, but I know his absence has really made a lot of difference in the squad of Liverpool.
You know, we have to tell our viewers now that we are actually joining the Champions League match between Dortmund and Chelsea, and we will be giving you updates that will be coming from the Arsenal-Man City game, and even the other Champions League match, which is between Club Brugge and Benfica. Then even Madrid is playing tonight. We'll be giving you live updates from those matches too. Looking at Dortmund-Chelsea game, Chelsea has played a 4-2-3-1 formation with Havertz leading the attack. Do you think that will really work out for Chelsea today?
Well, you know, Champions League is the biggest league, one of the biggest league. And to me, if you ask me, I will tell you that it's like Chelsea, they reserve their strength for the Champions League, because if you look at it, the record of Graham Potter, when it comes to Champions League, in Chelsea, you cannot take it away from him. Because he has played 5 matches in the Champions League and won 4.
I think that result
Yeah.
has to do with, those times injury worries has not really set in.
Yeah.
So during those Champions League period, Chelsea had less injury worries. But going to Dortmund has played a 4-1-4-1 formation with Sebastian Haller leading the attack. And, since the restart of the season, after the World Cup, Dortmund has been on fire. They've not dropped a single point. So who do you think will really take the first leg of this match?
Well, Dortmund is really on form because most of their last match, the last 5 matches they played, they won 5, they won 4. They won 4. I think they drew 1. They have not lost, their last 5 matches. And then they have been on fire. And if you look at the goal margin, 3-1, 4-1, 2-0, the margins are high. And that's to tell you that they are in the form of scoring. So, but you can't take that. You can't just say because of that they will win Chelsea. Remember, Chelsea is England team, and Dortmund is a German team. And most time the English team, it is their matches between German team is always very difficult for you to just win like that. It has to be a big fight. But I'm very sure that Chelsea is out for this game today because all the new purchases they did, we are going to see the impact in today's match.
And if you look at the Chelsea starting 11, the coach still went up for a first line, using Kai Havertz as the number 9. If you will rate Kai Havertz's performance so far this season as the number 9, what percentage?
Well, if you ask me, I would say 35%, a very poor percentage. Kai Havertz as the number 9, as the last man, in fact, is one of the reasons why Chelsea still remain in 10th position in the Premier League. Because a lot of chances created by Chelsea, him as the last man giving him the ball, most times he missed the ball. You know what I'm saying?
He's missed a lot of.
He has missed a lot of chances for Chelsea. After creating chances by the midfielder, he missed it.
Of course. But let's imagine that you are the coach of Chelsea. What would you do in this kind of situation when you have Kai Havertz playing that role and missing so many chances? So what would you have done if you're in his shoes?
If I was in his shoes, I would not use him as the last man.
So who would you use?
Well, I will not use him as a last man. I will still use one of those midfielders who are good in scoring goals.
Like?
Well, you can convert any of these players. What's his name? You can use Loftus-Cheek as a number 9 man.
Loftus-Cheek has been very useful too.
Yeah, as the last man. You have not used him as the last man before. If you look at the position he was used in the last match, Chelsea played against West Ham. He played. In fact, he was one of the best players in that match because his position was changed, and the position he played was playing it very well. So that a player, when you twist their position, they come alive.
And there is a good news for Chelsea. Some of the injured players are beginning to recover.
Yeah.
Do you think some of the injured players can still have some minutes in this game? At least, to refresh them and all.
Well, those who are confirmed to be okay can still be given some playing time, so that they can come and, not full time anyway, you can give them some playing time, like 30 minutes playing time, 30 minutes playing time, 15 minutes, 45 minutes, 30, most especially 30 minutes, let me see, so that they can use it to recoup and come back fully.
Okay. But, Chelsea made a mistake with Reece James that sent him back to, I think, over a month again. Do you think playing them can cause another error like that?
Injury?
Yes.
Can cause another
to
injury.
return them back to where they came from?
Well, it's not to return them back where they came from. At least when they are playing, what I expected them to do, they have to be very careful so that they don't have injuries again. Like if you look at James, James was played deep. Because by the time he plays forward, definitely there will be a lot of tackles against him. There is this possibility of him reigniting the injury. You understand what I'm saying? So, but he was played deep, where we don't have so much challenges.
But football is a contact game.
Yeah.
And I can categorically say you can't avoid contact. You won't give your best if you start avoiding tackles on the field. And Chelsea did an overhauling of staffs and all. Do you think that has been one of the reasons why a lot of Chelsea players went injured? At a point it was 9, I think around 9 key players, the starting players. Do you think it's a change of staff? When the takeover happened, they changed almost everything except the players.
Well, for that, it's like there is an update. Chelsea, Arsenal, Manchester City. It's like Arsenal have equalized.
Arsenal have equalized.
Yes. So it is Bukayo Saka who have scored through a penalty.
Wow, that's good. Viewers, you just heard it. Arsenal has just equalized through Bukayo Saka, a penalty. This game is going to be very, very interesting. You can see our gaffer smiling. That he's an Arsenal fan. He's smiling. He's really happy with the.
No, I'm not an Arsenal fan. I'm a neutral person.
You are a neutral person.
Yeah, I'm a neutral person.
But you have soft spot for Arsenal.
You know that I have a soft spot. I told you that Arsenal was going to win this match. Why did I say Arsenal was going to win it? It's not because I'm an Arsenal fan, but because of I've looked at it and I've checked the both teams, and I've discovered that Manchester City is not the Manchester City we used to know those days.
We spoke about Man City conceding goals.
Yes.
They've also conceded.
They've conceded it. That's why I was telling you that Arsenal can win them.
And going to Chelsea, if you look at the game so far, it has neither been here nor there. They are just struggling to settle. Any of the two teams have not really stamped their feet and played according to their game.
But let me tell you, there is one dangerous thing Chelsea is playing right now. See, now 70% of the ball played is in Arsenal and Chelsea's half.
Okay.
It's Chelsea's half.
Yes.
They all gather in front of the 18. It is a very dangerous kind of football to play. You understand? Because any moment, any little chance, you can hit it short into the net. Any little chance, you can run into the net and you create penalty. You understand what I'm saying? So you don't allow them to play in your frontage.
And looking at the tactics Graham Potter has deployed, a 4-2-3-1 formation. With Alza Balaga, the goalkeeper, Chilwell on left back. Let's talk about Chilwell. The last match Chelsea played, Cucurella was on the left back.
Yeah.
But there were words coming out from the camp that there was no synergy between Cucurella and Mudryk. Do you think that has inspired the coach's decision to put him on the bench and start with Chilwell?
Well, if you look at the substitution made in the last match against West Ham, immediately Cucurella was brought out, and who came in? Chilwell came in. You see there was flow, and there was, that pressure on that left back was reduced. What was reduced because Cucurella entertains pressure.
But talking about Cucurella, he came on fire. Over 50 million pounds for a left back is not chicken feed. But right now, if you look at it, he has not really been impressive. What do you think might have caused this?
Well, he played under the same Graham Potter in Brighton as the manager. And the same Graham Potter is playing with in Chelsea. And the same Graham Potter who gives him instruction. But if you look at it, it's not the same set of people. Probably in Brighton, there are the people that surround his wing, probably are those who overstretch themselves, and helped him out. You understand what I'm saying? Or probably the tactics at that particular help him out to shine. But right there in Chelsea, he's not getting it.
If you look at it, when he came, his first few games, he was on fire. You look at his crosses, you look at the way he joins the attack and all. He was on fire. But since the restart, he has not really been the same to Cucurella. Do you think he's match rusty or something?
He will. I just think he should be given more time. Though he has had more playing time, but he's not that bad as such. But if you look at him, I think his stature, he's a very small man. You understand? He's a very small man. And sometimes heavy striker run over him. Like the last match they play, Tony, West Ham, that one is
strength.
Yeah, he has weight. He's a very big man. And people like that can just run him over with their strength.
But even Chilwell, Chelsea, by the way, Chelsea has a corner kick. Let's see what they can do with it. Talking about it, Chilwell too is a small. If you go back in time, Roberto Carlos was not really big. If you go back, even Marcelo, that held the world best 3 position in the world 11 for years, he's not really big.
Yeah.
Just have a small body. But what do you think can be done to help Cucurella?
Well, to help Cucurella is to probably, I don't know why the coach like using him. Understand? It's his own choice to use him. But if I was the coach, I would not use him. You understand what I'm saying? If I was the Chelsea coach, I would not use him.
For him to see the sense of urgency.
Not for him to see. I will not buy him one, and I will not use him, because to me, he did not fit in. He did not fit the team.
What really led to Chelsea buying him was lack of a solid alternative to Ben Chilwell whenever he gets injured. And if you look at Cucurella last season, he was on fire. Even Man City wanted to bring in him, but they felt the price tag was too much. Which Chelsea now later went to take advantage. So, with that, do you think he doesn't have the Chelsea quality? Or it's just, they say form is temporary, class is permanent. Does he have the class to, wait shoulder to shoulder with quality?
He does not have the Chelsea quality. That's just the truth. He does not have the Chelsea quality. And that was the goal for Chelsea.
Oh, that's an offside.
That's an offside. What? So
that's a yellow card.
A yellow card for what? Did he use his hand? What really happened?
I think they will come up on replay. By the way, Thiago Silva have been yellow carded. Now this.
Oh, he used his hand.
Oh, it was his hand.
It's supposed to be red card safe. Look at it. Why do you need to?
It was not intentional.
You don't use to.
There
was no need. There was no need to use his hand.
When you want to jump, your hand cannot be folded.
Because the ball was coming directly to his head, and why did he have to use it? It was just wasteful. You know, unnecessary yellow card.
But talking about Thiago Silva, he has been like a fine wine, aging graciously. What do you think is his secret?
Well, Thiago Silva, has been consistent in defense, and in fact, right now, is one of the best defender Chelsea is having, and one of the last man. Is always the last man for Chelsea defense, and he has been doing that very well, and he has been having a lot of good tackles and good markings, against the opponent, and his positioning are excellent. You understand?
They call something experience.
Yeah.
When playing this, you hear senior man. It's the players that have experience you call senior man. Then I don't know if they take that. This is an opportunity for Dortmund. Let's see what they would do. Oh, the guy missed the opportunity. Oh, that was a good chance. That was a good chance. Oh, that was a very good chance. He was onside. Oh, well, I think Ben Chilwell did a good job to.
It was. You see the way he was pushed. It's Thiago Silva that came and blocked it.
Yes, but it was already weak because Chilwell put him under intense pressure. And updates from Arsenal-Manchester City's match. They are currently on half-time with the score still remaining 1-1. The score is still 1-1. And talking about Arsenal-Man City match, with what we saw in the first half, before we switched to the Champions League, who do you think will take the day?
Yeah, I said it before. I said Arsenal will win this match, despite the all odds against Arsenal. If you look at the odds in all the bet station, you discover that Arsenal is having 3.60 odds, against 2.11 odds for Manchester City. That is for Betway. For Bet Nigeria, it's a different thing. Another bets, to tell you that Manchester City is in position to win, but I said no. I said Arsenal. I choose Arsenal because of that is my own personal view. I may not be right, but that is what I think.
And you are entitled to your opinion.
Yes.
Another update coming from Real Madrid Elche match. Real Madrid is currently leading by a 0-0, scored at the 8th minute of the game by Asensio.
Asensio.
Let's talk a little about Real Madrid. They are the World Club champion. They just won that on Sunday. And even with the number of injury worries and all, they still won the title. What can you say about Real Madrid so far?
Real Madrid is a very big team, one of the biggest teams in the world. And
I think they are the biggest.
Yeah, and we are one of the teams that has, in fact, if you talk about the Champions League, they have won it more than any other.
They've made it their.
It's becoming their birthright. If you talk about the La Liga, they have won it so many times. The World Club, they've won it
14 times.
Yes, 14 times. So if you look at
the second is AC Milan.
AC Milan with 7. The gap is much. Wow. So Real Madrid is a very big team, and normally it is always Real Madrid, Barcelona. In the La Liga, they will be struggling for who to. But when we talk about the Champions League, Real Madrid has it more.
If we talk a little about La Liga, Atletico Madrid has really done a good job keeping that league competitive to some extent, making it more of like a 3-horse race rather than
but this season, the first phase of this season, Real Madrid was in the worst form because they were losing, but they just picked up now. Recently, they just pick up now because they were losing most of their matches.
No, I think.
But recently,
from the restart, they've lost. I think about 2 games, or about 2 games or more, at least 2 games. Now, they left for the World Cup. I think they were on top of Barcelona with a point, or they were on the same point. But right now, Barcelona is leading them with 8 points. What do you think is the cause of the sudden downturn of their La Liga form?
Well, this bad form happened to every club. Even the Barcelona we are talking about. Sometimes ago, the start of the season, Barcelona was in a very bad form. Barcelona was in a bad form before I think that was the era of Xavi. I don't know whether Xavi is still the coach.
Xavi is still
the coach. So before Xavi was young, so they were in like the worst form. But they now picked up and continue.
But even in the form they were then, Barcelona, they were still picking up, grinding out results.
That is when you will see small team beating them now. Those days, you see the likes of Celta Vigo, you see the likes of Real Betis and others beating Barcelona.
So, if you are going to be a prophet, who do you think will win the La Liga this season?
The La Liga is still, but if you ask me, like you have just done, despite the fact that Barcelona is on top, I still think if Real Madrid bounce back, they can win it.
But 8 points is a lot.
It's a lot. We have seen 15 points and they didn't win. We have seen that in the Premier League.
That's true. That's true. So coming back to the Dortmund-Chelsea game, it's currently on the 24th minute and still goalless. And there's a little indication that the teams are attacking, but the attack is not really that effective.
It still boils down to the same problem Chelsea is having. Chelsea plays all the midfield, they take the possession pass, but when it come to to go to strike, to go direct to the and score. To be precise to score, it's always a problem.
Look at this pass now. The pass was too much. Do you think this current struggle up front is due to the coach's tactics?
Of course, it's his tactics. It is a coach's tactics because if you get your team struggling all the time, as the manager, you have come up with a new tactics to change the game, because they play and they won't score.
Look at this. Karim Adeyemi forgot the ball at the back. He had to go back, and Chelsea defenders has already. And look
at this play. Look at this play.
Dortmund is really beginning to show promise. Chelsea has been sitting back from the beginning of the match. Chelsea is a way bigger team than Dortmund. Why would Chelsea be sitting back in this kind of a match?
Well, that is their tactics. That is the instruction given to them by the coach.
With the arsenals, the weapon of massive destruction that Chelsea has, do you think they should be sitting back?
But remember that the two best defenders right now, they are in the field. They are in the field. You have Enzo Fernandez, then Jude Bellingham, also from Dortmund. They are the most expensive midfielders presently. One from the other side, one from the either side.
Jude Bellingham that is his word.
Yeah.
The what?
Yeah.
Is just still the what until a club
activated, but because
we don't know the current.
But it's very high.
Enzo has been confirmed.
Yes, it's very high, because right now they are talking about what we are saying, like 126, 135. That is what they are.
When they go on the negotiation table. Oh, that was a big chance for Dortmund. Wow. By Sebastian Haller. When Haller came, he had to go for surgery. And he's back now. Do you think his impact will be massively felt?
Of course. It massively failed because prior to the injury, we know all his exploits. You know, prior to his injury, we know what he used to do. But sometimes injury recovery, most times some people don't come back 100% recovered. You know, some say, most especially if the injury is very severe.
You know, he had a surgery on his testicle. So that is not as if it was
his leg,
a fracture, or maybe knee injury or muscle injury. It's just it's, you know, all these testicle issues that you just have to. They found a tumor in it, but he did the surgery. He has been back. Since the time he has been back, if you look at it, he has scored some goals, especially from the restart of the World Cup. So, looking at that, do you think he will do a good job covering up for the space Erling Haaland left?
Well, it is still possible because if it is still, for instance, you were injured, nothing was taken from you, you are still who you are, your talent still remains with you. The only thing is that if you have not fully recovered, and maybe you are still having some injuries, that will be difficult for you. But I think it can still bring
chances on the attack with Kai Havertz. Oh wow! You know, when you face and you still send the ball outside to the side.
You know, sometimes when you watch Chelsea play, you just want to get angry sometimes.
Of course.
Because they are so wasteful.
Which explains why many fans are agitating, like complaining about the coach. You know, my own personal view, I think the job is bigger than Potter, but I don't think Chelsea owners are ready to change the coach anytime soon. Because all they want to talk about is the long-term project.
Well, to me, it appears the job is bigger than Potter, but I still believe that they should give him to the end of the season. And let's see what he can do. Probably he can win 1 or 2 trophies for Chelsea.
But it won't be fun if Chelsea goes on relegation before the end of the season. There won't be any next year to look forward to.
I don't think Chelsea will go for relegation. I don't think so. They are
but
still
Chelsea is struggling.
Of course, they are struggling, but they are still in the
top half.
They are still in the first half of the mid-table. Oh, there's an opportunity. That was a direct kick to the goalkeeper.
That was a good chance. Oh, it's an offside. Offside.
You know, it is this Joao Felix that has been showing purpose when it comes to goal. Even more than the Havertz. Havertz has 1, 2, 3, 4 people, 4 Chelsea players.
That's an offside. Now we are in the 30th minute of the match between Chelsea and Dortmund, and the scoreline still remains 0-0. Look at the ball they just gave Havertz there. Look how he messed it. How can you want to enter in between 2 players like that? Do you think Kai Havertz should be substituted, or his wing should be changed? Maybe he should swap with Joao Felix.
Who? Havertz. No, I think that's a very good one, and it will be a very technical one. Let them swap. Let them swap because Havertz is more focused when it comes to goal. You know, more direct than Joao Felix is more direct than Havertz when it comes to target on goal. You know, he's showing purpose. He's showing determination. I know. Okay, watch his move.
And we have another update from.
And that is You see, let's talk about Joao Felix and you see what he's doing. He almost scored a goal.
Real Madrid just doubled their advantage by a goal scored by Karim Benzema. It was a penalty. Let's talk about Karim Benzema. He missed the World Cup. How much of a miss was he for France?
I think that is the biggest miss because it would have been a different story if Benzema was in that squad because they had everything. The only thing that was missing is Benzema. Because if you look at it in the La Liga, he was one of the top scorers. He was in his form of scoring, and just weeks to the World Cup, and he was injured.
And is, I think, 34 or 33.
Yeah, 33.
How disappointed do you think he will be? Because that might be his last opportunity.
Where? Definitely will be disappointed, but you won't kill yourself. You understand? You won't kill yourself because
Of course.
You will be disappointed because that is the dream of every player. Every player want to play at the World Cup. Every player want to have a record. You know, he will have broken maybe his scoring record at the World Cup. You understand what I'm saying? And it will have been a plus for him.
Yeah, of course. It would have been a plus for him, and currently is the Ballon d'Or player of the year. And back to Dortmund Chelsea. So far, who do you think will take the day if you are to predict with what you have seen so far?
Well, my head is telling me Chelsea, but my mind is telling me Dortmund.
Your head is telling you Chelsea.
But my mind.
Are you trying to sit on the fence?
No, I'm not trying to sit on the fence. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not trying to sit on the fence because the way it's going now, you know why my mind, Chelsea at every given point, they seems to lose the point, the ball. Okay, let me just give you an example. Just watch. The ball is in their hand. That ball will not last up to 30 seconds.
They're struggling to keep possession.
Yeah, they're struggling to keep possession. How will you create chances when you don't keep possession? What I said, the ball is done. Before you count 30 seconds, the ball will be off their hand.
But what do you think the coach can do to solve this problem he just discovered?
Well, to me, I don't know. Like the coach has done everything. It's just like he's not getting it. He's not getting it. Probably it's not even seeing what we are seeing.
But our viewers is the 35th minute of the match between Dortmund and Chelsea, and it's still new. There have been some chances, but they failed to score the goal, so which automatically makes the match remain at 0-0. Update from Club Brugge versus Benfica match. They are still presently playing a 0-0 draw, and it's the 39th minute of the game. And so far so good. Arsenal is still on half-time, about to resume. Back to the Dortmund-Chelsea game. These two teams, they've not really, played that much against each other.
Yes.
And with what you have seen so far, have you been impressed with the quality of football?
Well, I'm not impressed with the quality of football I'm watching yesterday. Because both sides are not playing the kind of football I expect to do. Football is football. It's not about how you control possession. It's about how you score goals. That's what we need. Because it's the goal that makes the difference.
Yeah.
But right now, I've not been able to see spectacular play. What I'm just seeing here is just everybody fall back and
there are some games whereby there are no goals, but you will stay at the edge of your seat.
Yeah.
Attacking from beginning
beautiful
to
moves.
end. Where you will see goalkeepers becoming the man of the match due to saves and not having high ratings performance from the match.
That's a beautiful cross.
But this game, so far so good. With Mudryk, if you will rate Mudryk, the Chelsea player that came, the player that just came in from Shakhtar Donetsk, if you will rate his performance, what would you give him so far?
Well, if I were rate him in this very particular Champions League match, I will give him 70%. You understand? He's above average. I think he has been playing very well. His positioning are okay. His movement, his speed, you know. But why I'm not giving him more than that, because there is no goal yet.
You know, goals rules the game.
Yes, and that is the beautiful one.
That's Anna.
That is Havertz.
What can he do here? Let's see what he will do.
And that is Joao Felix. And that is the goal. Oh!
That was a big opportunity, and he missed it.
He hit the pole.
He
came back.
It. That was a poor finish.
Oh, it was not a poor. He tried, but
he tried.
Because he run over the defender, you know, and hit the ball.
And even the defender pushed him a little.
Yeah. So that pushing disbalanced him.
Yes.
That was why he could not hit the target. You know. So
the game is beginning to come alive.
We'll be expecting more at the second half, because it's like everybody just wants to stay back, watch your opponent, see what they are doing, and see what tactics they are trying to employ, and come back in the second half to see what you can do.
Come back to the second half. The Madrid game is still on the 41st minute, and it's still 2 goals to nothing. And at the Arsenal game, still 1-1. It's still 1-1 at the Arsenal game. And it's 51st minute already at the Arsenal game. And the Club Brugge game, 42nd minute, and it's still 0-0. Talking about yesterday matches, we didn't see a harvest of goals. Tonight too, we are struggling to see goals. Teams are struggling to score.
You know, let me tell you, once at the beginning of every season, it's always bumper of goals. Do you know why? Because the team just started, and you have not known the strength of your opponent. You have not known their weakness. Everybody just come play. But at the point, people begin to study their move, study their strength, you know, and look for a solution to stop them. Just like we were talking about Haaland. Haaland at the beginning of the season, the matches played, he was scoring goals, but right now, the goals are not forthcoming.
Yeah, but Haaland, you know Haaland. Haaland behaves like Ronaldo sometimes and Messi. That was a good chance that was wasted and lost by Kai Havertz. I still think Havertz should be moved from this number 9.
Yes, it should be moved. It's so wasteful.
So back to the Haaland conversation. Don't be surprised. The next game Haaland hits another hat-trick.
Haaland is still right now. They are still playing. It's 58 minutes. They are still playing, and probably can still score. But if at the end of this match Haaland did not score, then
and you know Haaland just needs sometimes 15 minutes just to hit the hat-trick. You just sleep, he hits you. You know, Arsenal has to be very careful tonight, because that guy, he can be really, really dangerous. But looking at the Chelsea game, it's like Chelsea are beginning to come out.
There's a corner kick for Chelsea. No. Mudryk has been spectacular. The guy, you know, his moves, his dribbling, you know, they are awesome.
I think he has been more effective.
That's Burnley.
Yeah, that's Todd Burnley and Begdad, the 2 co-owners of Chelsea. Looking at this, if you look at it.
From the other match, there's a big chance for Club Brugge. A very big chance for Club Brugge. And shit.
That was close.
That was close. It's like Club Brugge has scored.
Club Brugge. Updates from the second Champions League match. Club Brugge of Belgium playing against Benfica, as Club Brugge has taken the lead, almost half time. But you know, there's something about scoring towards the end.
And the goal has been cancelled.
And the goal has been cancelled. I think that will be the job
of the VAR.
of the VAR.
And that would have been a goal.
That was a good attempt. You know, the game is beginning to come alive. Even if there are no goals yet. But, you know, when games keep you at the edge of your seat. You understand what I'm saying? That chance was by Oscar. And he really made a good impression.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
He was trying to hang the ball in the side of the net, you know.
If Chelsea doesn't watch it, they can really pay the price by conceding in this game.
And this is the first leg, and I expect that Chelsea don't concede in this goal. Even they are playing away, they should be